Alrighty, here we are. We are putting a dual engine prop motors on our big wing pinata, and the way this is going to be set up is going to be a pretty powerful airplane. It's going to look something similar to this. So what I like to do when I'm building an airplane like this, I like to do all my electronics first. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of thrust behind here, but I test everything first. My servos are moving, test my speed controllers, test my props, make sure they're all working. As you can see, these twin engine props kick a lot of pressure out. A couple of items that we're going to need to build this. Some balsa wood for our ailerons, some hinges, probably zoom in a little bit. The hinges for that, your servo horns, some hinge tape. We're going to actually be using a stick mount. You can kind of look at the motor. We're going to be running it through a stick. So we're using a basswood 1/4 inch stick mount, some carbon fiber tubes. We're actually going to be using some steel rods for some reinforcement. This is heat shrink tubing that we put on the batteries to kind of help protect them and insulate them in case of a crash. Just some reflective tape and also some monocoat. So it's going to be kind of a step-by-step process of how we do this. So basically we want to kind of show you what we do. We want to test all your electronics first. I always find that's the best thing to do. So you test all your electronics, make sure your servos are both moving, make sure your speed controllers are on. And as you can see, these dual wings, there's a lot of pressure in this. We're going to be putting this on the big wing pinata, so it'll look something similar to this when it's all done and built. Okay, what we're doing now, we're going to actually glue these wings together, but we're going to put this carbon fiber tube in here to reinforce it, but we need to cut a slot in here. So if you follow me over here to the vise, I'll show you how we'll do that. What I did is I took a little motor that's not any good, so I just take it off, and I'm going to take this shaft off, and I'm going to grind all these 4 tabs off. And what that's going to give me, it's got 2 little, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's got 2 little Allen bolts, one on each side, and so it's going to be act just like a wheel collar. And so then I can tighten this down, and I have a track, some sort of a guide to guide that down through there. So I'm going to cut this off, and we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, there you have it. Okay, what we have here, have our airplane we're going to start building. So basically what we need to do is wrap it. We've got to put our carbon fiber tube in, put our servos in, mount our motor mount for our frame to get our twin engines in there, cut spots for our batteries. We're going to go right here, speed controllers. So we'll go ahead and get started on it. A little bit. This is a small wing pinata, and this is the one we're going to be building, the big wing. As you can see, it's quite a bit different. Here's kind of a list of tools, some of the things you're going to need. If you go into utahflyers.org, you can print it out, a step-by-step process how to actually build it. So utahflyers.org. Kind of a list of some of the things you're going to need. A screwdriver for your servos and your rods, some needle nose pliers. Another thing that's real nice to have, I don't have that laid out, but a little clamp tool for your adjusting your rods for your servos. Want a low temperature heat gun, heat glue gun, sorry, and also a heat gun for your monocoat. This right here is what we already built with the collar to build our foam wing. And then I recommend a welder high temperature soldering iron. Really nice to have, especially for different size wires. Here's that board where all of our electronics wired into, so we're going to kind of actually take that over to the plane and fit that up, but kind of run you over here some of our parts. We've got our motor, speed controller, one servo, another servo, and then also our another twin motor, speed controller. I've got a little Y splitters for your servo, and then also your speed controller. That actually runs with our Spectrum radio there. Some hinge tape. These are your servo horns that are going to go on top of your servos. Your rods for your ailerons, elevators, and we're going to be connecting them to that. And then I'll take you over to the plane, kind of show you how this is going to lay out. So we're going to have to kind of get this set up. We're going to basically duplicate that inside the plane. What we've done is we've just kind of tested this like we showed you before, with the batteries being at the front of the airplane, your radio, your speed controllers, and your motors are going to tap there. But we're going to basically kind of build that inside this plane. So okay, I just wanted to kind of show you one more thing here. What I've done, I just put a little 1/4 inch 20 bolt that I threaded to just a 2x4. Well, not a 2x4, but I just got it screwed to the 2x4s. And what that's going to do for us is my camera is actually going to mount right to this. It screws right into it, and then we can record it from this top angle like this. So it's going to be a pretty nice setup, but just something really inexpensive you can build. And if you have a basement that's not framed, you just screw it right to there and you can film your own YouTube video. Oh, by the way, standard, you gotta have a Pepsi. That's part of the process. Makes your job go a little easier. We've taken and traced this all out. Now this took me about an hour to put together, maybe a little bit longer, but you always want to measure everything that you're putting in here. Make sure that you know where your center of gravity is. That's important. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff going in here in the back. But one thing that I've noticed as I've started building this, that I put these front batteries as far forward as I can. I just traced everything out. This is a carbon fiber reinforcement tube that's going here. The speed controllers are going here. We've got some stick wood that's going to go here, and then we have another reinforcement that's going to be going there with some carbon fiber too. This is actually going to be cut out so that we have room for the propellers, and then we have the two holes ready for the servos that are going to be mounted here going to the back. So basically we're going to cut this all out, and it's good to have a ruler so you can make sure everything's straight. And we're going to go through with a hot knife and kind of show you how we cut these out. So hot knife, very hot as you can see, smoking pretty good. We're going to use that. We're going to also use an X-Acto knife that has a pretty good throw in it. Got our batteries here so we can place those in their spots. Our servos are ready to go in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just kind of show you how to use the hot knife. Thing you need to remember with the hot knife is it's pretty hot, so when you cut into it, it'll actually go outside of your line. So always start on the inside, kind of work your way into it, and it melts it as it goes. So just be careful not to get too deep and too wide. Just go slow, and that's basically how it's going to work out. You just want to go just as deep as you need it, but not too much. And always test fit it as you're cutting it into place, just to make sure that it's not too deep or not too shallow. So that's pretty much about it. And then you'll just glue that in with some hot glue. And we'll go through and we'll cut these all out. And we'll come back in a few minutes once they're all cut out and to their depths, and we'll show you what that looks like. Done now here is taking my straight edge and just cut this out. Both of these ones right here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to flip them and put them here, and then I'm going to trim a line right here and just kind of smooth them out just to fill in that gap. So when my motors go into place, which is our next step here, then I'll have somewhere for them to flow. Just kind of like that. So I'm going to just trim that up right now. As you can see, we're kind of making some progress, getting some things mounted in.